It is time for the Game Fuel Marquee match. We've got a battle going down between the Los Angeles Thieves and OpTic Chicago. And Joe, our Game Fuel featured player, some have called him my twin in game and out of game. It's going to be Dashy.
I think both of those just aren't even comparable. But yeah, Dashy is an absolute beast. He's been fantastic for OpTic Chicago all year long. And I mean, we just know what this guy can do. He can be one of the true playmakers on the map. He does it in search and destroy. He can do it in the respawns. He has that takeover ability. And I mean, there's some talk to go around. We might see a Milano today, maybe a bar. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Dashy's running.
Yeah, no, I hope it gets mixy. When you told me that a couple hours ago, I was like, yes, I love that. We'll see if there's a little bit more variety in this matchup, but sometimes I feel like we've seen that in like an official match and they pull it out and then it doesn't go well right away and then they switch. So we'll see what happens. But taking an overall look at Dashy's stats and outside S&D, I mean, he's basically top 5 in everything. It's impressive stuff from the young man.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the entire season within Stage 3. His S&D is a 1.78. I know they've only played 2. And both of those were on Moscow, but he's been popping off in Stage 3 in Search and Destroy. So that's a great thing for OpTic.
It's the Game Fuel Marquee match. That's your Game Fuel featured player. And for OpTic Thieves, we are really excited for this match. It should be awesome. Thieves is improving. OpTic playing so well. Looking forward to an incredible match. But let's meet our squads. Let's start it off with OpTic Chicago.
Mighty keeps it going. Normal, looking fantastic. Envoy slaying his way through. Scump from up high, the king.
I'm out here doing what they thinking is irrational.
Really starting to run that score up.
I'm gonna make it back. I'm gonna make it back, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic game in a back. Chicago are a force to be reckoned with.
OpTic Chicago looking to remain perfect here in Stage 3. Scump, Dashy, Envoy, Formal. There's some bad boys, Joe.
They absolutely are. Yeah, talent from top to bottom. And, you know, for Stage 3, they've handled things. They beat London, they beat Seattle, but now things really ramp up. They have the Los Angeles Thieves, they have the Subliners, they have Atlanta FaZe. So now comes that true test within Stage 3. But yeah, I mean, we saw what they've been able to do. They've been getting better. You know, you saw the second major, obviously that heartbreaking Game 5 loss, but their Search and Destroy has really improved, and that's been a major key for their recent success.
It's like the opposite of what Surge's schedule. When we looked at it yesterday, it like started so hard, maybe softens up a little bit. Yeah, for OpTic, it just gets harder from here on out. We'll see how they battle against a far improved Thieves team since the change. It's been fantastic to watch these guys develop a new look roster. Let's check it out. Here are the Los Angeles Thieves. I'll still remember when I think we were talking to Mud Dog and we learned the roster coming into the year and I heard Drazah wasn't on the team and I think I said, what in the hell, as a response. And it has been awesome to see him back in and frying.
No, it absolutely has. I mean, he's been a beast for these guys. I mean, him and Kenny have really been the two that have stood out. Venom, when he's playing well, that's really when Los Angeles Thieves have been at their best. And for TJ, I think this is where, if you're a Los Angeles Thieves fan, it's a matchup you need to see a little bit more for him. Versus Atlanta FaZe, that SMG duo pretty much got smoked. They got destroyed off the map. They still went to a Game 5, though. So it's a question of if these two play better, especially in respawns, what can this team do? But taking a look at these maps and modes, you are going to be very happy if you're an OpTic fan. You get your checkmate hardpoint. They are undefeated on this map. You get your raid control where they're 8-2. In worst case scenario, you go to that Moscow Search and Destroy where they're undefeated right now in Stage 3.
Real quick, I want to go back to the TJ thing because you correct me if I'm wrong, and I'd have to look through the actual stats, but it feels like it's been the same thing for like 3 years in a row. Where like he is so lights out early, you know, he's like 12-0 in Search and playing well in Respawn, and then it, I don't know, just kind of tails off a little bit.
Well, he just has these moments. I feel like we haven't seen him consistently since like World War II on that Rise team. And that's
But
when
he
it
started
really
this
stands
year
out.
really good. Like, he was nuts, right?
But he had
At least
moments.
yeah.
No, he had like a couple of search maps, and that's what always sticks out in people's minds is those big game moments.
True.
But it's the rest where they struggle, and you know some of TJ's teams have played down the competition a little bit. So again, maybe this is where he steps on up.
Well, a map that we don't see for OpTic a ton because people just stop playing them on it. But when you're 6-0 and the other side for Thieves is 6-2, they are going to go at it. I'm hoping for a bloodbath here on Checkmate Hardpoint. Our Game Fuel featured player, Dashy, my brother.
And again, for Los Angeles Thieves, the one reason that you're probably seeing Checkmate open is because when they made that team change, brought Drazah back into it, and really had that run at the Major too. They played a ton of Checkmate. Checkmate Control, Checkmate Hardpoint. That was really their go-to map no matter what. They played everybody on it, but now they're playing the best on it. We'll see how they play. A nice start there for LA Thieves. You're going to get some early time.
Let's see how long they're going to be able to hold. Is OpTic will, well, step one, try to contest some time. Step two, try to push through and flip if they're able to. They do find an opening. One is pushing underneath the plane. That's going to be formal, trying to get pressure on the spawn side of Thieves. Tries to leak through, not going to happen. This draws off spawn that is able to pick that up, and bullets will continue to fly inside of the plane. TJ next up to bat. Lots of tags through the plane.
It's like, please go down.
The pistol out to clean it up. Yeah, I feel like he had like 5 hit markers, right?
And these are great kills by TJ and Drazah because you see where OpTic's spawning so far out. They're not going to be able to make a real team push until 15 seconds is off this hill. So a nice transition so far for the Los Angeles Thieves. Kenny inside the hill. He's been so fun to watch in this main AR position, and you're seeing why. This guy's got the beamer. He's able to take down 2. Drazah's up to 7-2 on a 4 spree. And OpTic maybe one more crack at this, but for the most part, it'll be Los Angeles Thieves in control.
About as good a start as you could hope for. Solid time at first, perfect at second. Maybe some streaks looming. 6 in a row now for Drazah, only 10 in the clip. That's enough to put one more down, and he will. Envoy wraps the edge. He's ready and waiting. Artillery earned. What else can he get? This guy is special. Welcome back to the league. He has been on one.
And I just love the patience there. Even with the 10 bullets, he holds that angle. He's not too worried if someone pushes top plane. He's just gambling it. Someone's going to hit that outer part, and he was right. He's able to take down Envoy. So he has the artillery, not able to hit the cruise missile. But a 70-point lead, and that's just really due to that strong start. Well, they were able to transition from 1 to 2. They had that good spawn. Now can OpTic fight back into it. But slaying-wise, right now, it's all Los Angeles Thieves. You need the guns to start the heat on up for OpTic Chicago.
Joe, guess when the last time OpTic played this in an official match was? It's like someone let it through.
It's been a long time.
April 8th.
So what, like stage 2 major?
Versus Ultra, yeah. That's the last time it got through. And before that, it probably had been a stretch as well.
Yeah, I think Dallas is one team that challenged them a couple of times. Yeah, Toronto as well. And it is one of those things where you do see the undefeated thing, and maybe some teams are like, no, let's just not even play it. And because of that, they don't have a lot of reps on it. They don't really expect to play it.
That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe you got to shake the cobwebs off.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of wondering. Like, you just haven't. Well, you don't want to know you're scrimming it and everything, but in an actual match, a little bit different. And let's see if they can rebound from the slow start. This is usually where we see the comeback kind of begin. Is they've got control. They can maintain this. They can chain together a couple of hard points, start to get into a groove. You'll see the kill feed start to shift a bit, or if Thieves, if they're able to get time here and flip, it could get real lethal.
Right, just fighting for these last 25 seconds. They're trying to just chip away at that time. Get that lead as high as they can go. Yeah, for OpTic right now, this next hill is really where they can get back into the game. You still have the artillery. If you want to use it on this hill, they can. But Scump and Dashy, they're going to find 3 kills. Look at the aggression. Look at the map control for OpTic. I love that. They're going to pin them so far back. Now you have Scump who's inside a plane, locking that spot down. Envoy's taking fights on the other side of the map. Setting up these layers. They find these 50 seconds, and that lead will disappear. Yep,
this is where they needed to do it. And so far, so good. Now, can they hold? I mean, everybody negative right now outside of Envoy, but this is where you might see the shift. Kenny, though, the artillery. He got streaks. Drazah got streaks. Gonna get him out of the point for a second. You'll see Venom last second going in, but not really gonna matter. He's gonna be the last one up. Formal and Envoy will take care of 3. Formal gets 3 out of the 4, 6 in a row. Maybe a chance for streaks to answer the ones on the other side, but of course, it is Kenny at 14 and 9 who makes sure there will be no OpTic streaks.
A nice gunfight win there by Kenny. Not like the biggest deal, just due to the map. It's difficult for streaks to really be effective.
True. Yeah,
I think for LA Thieves, you break up 10, 15 seconds. You still have a 30-point lead. Nice kills as well off that rotation. They're able to take down the entire OpTic team, so they can't really get a good foothold onto this map in this first hill.
Now that you say it, Joe, for an indoor map like this, we do need a streak that's better for that. Maybe like the robot dog from IW.
Well, that was a specialist, actually. Yeah, but
true.
Yeah, you mean like the mini tank that you can put down on the ground and control. Yeah, I would like to never see those again. I'm happy we have it. But OpTic able to break on through. Oh, some of that stuff was crazy. It truly was. And now you're starting to see a lot more green in the kill feed. They're starting to fight for control, but Drazah bouncing right back.
He just keeps it going. 17 and 10. The nade. Well, that one's on point. Formal will put him down, but TJ gets 2 at the same moment. And they do get right back into it, but now you're kind of at that reset, right? Where you've got second side spawns if you're Thieves. You can push out the lead again. Kenny shot a little bit off there. Envoy with a nice strafe. Puts him on skates. Venom can't finesse out of it. He's going to drop. You've got a 4-on-3 for a second here. Venom will spawn safe, but there's a timing where you can fly through. Scump and Envoy, they'll find the openers. Trophy not going to work. Actually, will stop his healing for a second. Kenny will get dropped. One more playing deep. He gets picked up by Scump, and there is a big break.
And what's the difference in that break? They had plane control, so right from that first hill, they fight on back, they get some scrap time, and then they put the pressure on LA Thieves. They get the opening kill, where last time through on that first rotation, it was all about LA Thieves spawning OpTic so far out. We're about to have a lead change come into play. Envoy's on 5 in a row, 24 and 16, and he has been so good in hardpoint throughout stage 3.
Yeah, this like reminds me, I know it's very different, but like you think of in Petro and all the different lanes and buildings and like here with all the little routes underneath the plane, like he can just get to his spots and be such a pain to deal with. I just feel like, I don't know, he can just get lost in the mix sometimes and really make plays.
Hey, you just have to worry about him, right? And he can even make those long routes.
Yeah.
Hey, he can even make those long routes that we've seen him do. But yeah, Envoy, he has been, well, their best hardpoint player, and you're seeing it here again today throughout stage 3. The LA Thieves fight back. Nice time on this third hill. Venom now on a 5 spree, but he does get taken down. Will not earn any streaks. Now about to be a 30-point lead.
Scump will win that fight, but now focused on the top side of the map. I think it's going to be Venom surging forward. He'll get 1. I think Kenny on the cross was able to take out 1 as well. You've still got 2 players here for OpTic. Formal Envoy trying to get it done. Kenny takes down the first. Envoy with the trade. Now, how much more can he find? He's got 1 to his left, 1 to his right. I thought he found a timing for a moment. He kind of did, but Kenny able to snap back, and that's 3 kills there for Thieves.
Yeah, Drazah does an excellent job staying alive, right? You saw him slide at that last second. He goes down there, he goes down there. That can sort of mess with the setup. Kenny's got to slide off the wing. Someone else has to rotate on over. That gives the opening. But off the spawn, Dashy and Formal both find picks, so you have the contest. Envoy was trying to make a play under the plane. You have another player there. Up top, it's Venom. I think Scump just missed the shot, but the fist was there. The elbow was to the face.
That made me like move back from my monitor. Like, just right up in his face. All right, with 15 seconds left, get this time, but now can somebody maybe leak through the back? But TJ is still lurking. Can't drop 1, but how much can he be a
That's
thorn?
3 dead. They're all going to spawn out.
Oh, no. Well, you've got 1 still here. It's going to be Venom. Just in a pack of green. Surrounded. Drazah's going to call on a streak. He'll get 1 at mid-plane. Now, when is Venom gonna pounce? I think he goes for the cross. Of course, it's Envoy that picks it up. But they win it from the front. Thieves will get into the point.
Envoy. Yeah, this is sort of flipped.
Flip.
Ooh, nice shots by Venom.
I mean, that's a big answer, right? It felt like 5 seconds ago they flipped out. They get the break quickly.
And I thought with Venom going down, maybe the spawns would come in for OpTic, still be a little bit safe. But they get into wood. They're able to break it. One of those artilleries is able to hit to the streaks from early in the game. And allow LA Thieves to break that hill, have the lead. 10 more seconds. They'll be 20 points away from winning map number 1.
Yeah, I thought that was the moment where OpTic might start to bring this back, but such a good response from Thieves. That's going to be 4 down, though, for Thieves. So now
how many times have we seen
this? You'll get set up. Yeah, no, this is, I mean, ideal if you're talking about an OpTic comeback. You've got all the map presence in the world at mid. First hard point popping in our 3rd set of rotations. Now you just got to find the kills, make sure nobody leaks through. So far, so good.
Yeah, it's a decision now for LA Thieves. What do we want to do? Do we want to try and work a rotation for the second hill? Do we want to fight for 15 seconds? Envoy, he was able to find Venoms. That's going to stagger things a little bit. 28 seconds remaining on this hill. Contest is finally here. But look at Scump. Scump's going on a big flight behind the stairs. He's going to ruin this push. Scump able to find one, trying to find the second, but Venom does turn. But the contest, I think, is almost long enough. They have to go one more time. They have to get on this point to send it to this second hill.
They get in with just enough time to close it out. Venom wins another big one-on-one. Scump, 6 HP, can't stay up. Nobody close to contest, and Thieves, with just enough time on the clock, get through and close it out. That goes to the next hard point, Joe, and who the hell knows how this finishes, but Thieves, don't let it happen.
Don't let it happen. I thought Scump, man, I thought he was going to make the play, at least stay alive to get it there, but Venom quickly turns around, is there for a very fast trade. But it's the hot start. It's the couple of artilleries. You buy the 10-15 seconds the first one. You can then break that setup at that 15 on the second rotation. Well, LA Thieves, a big hard point map, and they give OpTic their first checkmate loss of the year.
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it. You spawn on that side, which is great if you're Thieves. You do a solid job at that, but what, at 4th, right? Or sorry, 5th, the flip right after the flip, just unreal stuff.
Flip right after the flip.
Yeah. Flippy flip. The flippy flip, yo. Flippity flip. Drazah, 29 will lead the way. Damage-wise, though, I mean, everybody right between like 4,500 and 5,000. Envoy, when everyone was kind of negative early in the map, Envoy was the one guy kind of leading the way, and he didn't slow down at all. He had some big moments, but just not enough to bring it back. Not enough. OpTic will go down 0-1. Thieves get the victory there. A big push and break into playing to shut it down. Up 1-0 in the series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Search and Destroy.
You could try, you can't stop it. OC dub, way up like a rocket. Acting up, acting that way out of pocket. For the grind, for the hustle, I can't knock it. Do what it take, do what you do, you could try. I've been up, I've been stuck up in the sky. Only at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye, 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 bye. I got things to do, I got bands to get. Competition up in smoke, ooh, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top 10 candidate. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, ooh, and I'm rich. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it, yeah. Tell them move. Get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties, but a player being made.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, welcome back to the Game Fuel Marquee match. Thieves OpTic continues on, and we hopped right into that game one. We didn't get a chance to get to our Game Fuel keys to victory, so we're gonna go through it now. Go.
Yeah, I mean, right away, Venom and TJ need to bring a better level of consistency. Minus 50 against Atlanta FaZe. And I know a lot of teams have been put through the blender, but if they want to compete against the best, they got to do better. Venom is the X factor in control. They are 5-2 in control with this new roster. Look at him, the difference between their wins and their losses. So when we get to that game 3, watch him. And Kenny, he needs to be a superstar. He's going up, Formal and Dashy. And we've been seeing this in their wins throughout stage 3. He's just been a beast in that main AR.
Yeah, no, I still find it hilarious that people were worried about him with an AR in his hands. He is just, I mean, he's incredible. He's a phenomenal player. He has been one of our favorites to watch for a long, long time, and doing it now from that main AR position. What about OpTic, Joe?
Yeah, I wanted to see Envoy continue to play at a high level in hardpoint. He has been their leading guy throughout stage 3 in that mode, and he does just that. But they're not able to get that win. Scump and Dashy, listen, there's not a lot of pick from throughout their stage 3. One map loss though is in that control. Scump and Dashy not playing their best control. Both of those that were on checkmate, we're going to see them on raid today. And continue playing at a high level in S&D. They're 7-2 in S&D at this stage. Only losses were to Minnesota and Toronto. I mean, that's going all the way back to their last couple of matches at the major. And you have that Røkkr loss, which was probably a win. And Ultra, it's a tough loss. You know how good they are in Search and Destroy.
Well, yeah, and this is where the time put into Search and Destroy is so big. OpTic just historically over the years has always been a very good hardpoint team. They win a lot of map ones, but when you're playing top teams, not always going to happen. You need to have a solid Search and Destroy to back that up, and I think this is an example of a series where they're going to really need to show it.
Yeah, and taking a look at the bigger picture here, Group A is a little crazy because all these teams have one win. The other side, your top 4 at 2 wins. So both of these teams would like to separate themselves. LA Thieves would like to get to 3-1. OpTic Chicago would like to get to 3-0, so you don't really have to fight or worry about those tiebreakers in case they get to that point next week.
Yeah, no, I got a feeling it might not be as insane as it was last stage, but it's going to be nutty. I think going down to it, how it's all going to break down. This team's just vying for position at our next major. FaZe takes the first, Ultra takes the second. Who will take the third? Now on over to Express. You've 1-1 if you are OpTic, 1-0 if you are Thieves, but I'm hearing we might have a bit of a reset. I just think, I'm not sure if it's a problem just with the server, but we're gonna have a quick restart on this one. We'll get ready to go and continue on in our Game Fuel Marquee match, but we teased you for a second there.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere, and as you said, I mean, LA Thieves, they've only played it once, they're 1-0, and kind of dominated that game. They won, 6-1, where OpTic Chicago 1-1 on this map, and it's, again, they've played a lot of Moscow, a lot of checkmate, Search and Destroy. That's really been their 2 main maps throughout the year. And every single time, right, a team is going to take one of those away. Their Moscow has been great throughout this stage, but where else can they find some Search and Destroy victories? Maybe Express is that map.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We were talking the last series about Ultra being ahead of the pack, trying to just widen that map pool to stay ahead. If you're OpTic, you're not in that combo yet with that team. You're trying to widen it just to catch up, and you really desperately need another hardpoint you're really good at. Another search would be fantastic, and it's going to be awesome to see them put in work on some different maps. But it looks like it was a quick reset. We're getting right back into the map, so we didn't tease you for long. We're getting ready to go. Search and Destroy. Thieves. OpTic.
Oh, that's a far I see. That is a far I see.
Yes.
No, Dashy's got it out right now, unless he's just messing with us and then switches to something else. But I still see it on his back. Thank you, observing team. Thanks for spotting that, and that weapon is out. So we'll see how he's going to play with this. It's had a couple of recent buffs after getting pretty hard nerfed early on in the game. And, well, the fire rate, that thing is nasty, and there's a first blood.
Yeah, it's been hit many times, but it is still good, as you can see. And, well, welcome to the mixer as Envoy gets the melee in. Drazah, though, quickly with a trade. It's a 1v3 now, down to the 1v2. And thankfully, he has bomb, a minute to work with, so it's going to be very manageable for Drazah to pull this off. If you're OpTic, and you make sure you're in position for a trade. As I say, they're a little separate right now, but starting to group up. Well, oh! He gets it down, though. He gets it down and gets out.
And now it's just what angle is going to attack this from. Formal and Dashy both just watching the bomb. Both pre-aim on both sides. Sees nobody. On the defuse, he's going to recheck it here. Nobody again. So now he's trying to play his life. Here comes the first challenge. Formal gets taken down. Now it's on to Dashy again. In and out the timing. He hits his horrible and Dashy. Able to clutch up with that 1v1.
That timing could not have been worse. That is, we mentioned COD timing a lot. You're not going to find a much better example, but it starts with the far. It ends with the far. Dashy takes the one-on-one.
That was a key gunfight win right there for Formal, because Kenny, I believe he took down Scump. If Kenny's able to stay alive there or win that, he would have given the man advantage to LA Thieves. But Drazah almost clutches things out. Dashy's, he's sticking with it. It looks like it. Staying with the far, so 2-0 start. And, you know, those do-it-all weapons, kind of like what we saw from the XM4, the Maddox in Black Ops 4, this is what Dashy is best with. This is what he's known for.
Which is crazy, like the versatility, just like the attachments, how different it can feel. It's unbelievable, but my God, it is a battle. They're on the point. And we saw a 1v2 try from Drazah last time. This time, Envoy up the bat. A sensational playmaker in his own right. But how many times do we watch this kind of spot where you're pushing from ticket booth with two players set up? It doesn't look that fun. It's so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah, especially with a 74. I mean, if he has like an AR in that position, maybe he can take the first one. But they play it well. They counter him at the site. TJ, nice angle there on the Formal, plays his life, able to find the second. And then the far takes him down. But a nice defensive hold. Nice counter at B. Now, what do they do differently? I mean, the big thing was you just had the first blood on TJ so early on.
Looks like one just putting some shots in to get information
Milano
towards
too.
B. All right, so we got far, we got Milano. They didn't lie to you, Joe.
Oh, yeah, I was told he only really uses this on raid hardpoint.
A surprise.
And he's using an express as well. No, it's a
That
little.
doesn't look
harder.
comfortable. That doesn't look comfortable at all.
Now, well, there's a little spacing in this there, but there we go. He's
Surprise!
up for the peak.
Oh no! Okay, well he finishes one. Got a little worrisome for a moment. Plant does get through though. Now OpTic start to surge on forward. Scump, what a gunfight win that is. The first peak comes in. Drazah and Kenny now got to clutch up in this 2 versus 3.
Drazah's got to buy time for Kenny. But Dashy reads it. The shots, the 2-piece. Dashy gets the defuse. You had a crossfire set up by Drazah and TJ. That first kill on a TJ was critical as well, middle of the train. And Drazah's just hoping that Kenny can get into that spot on the flank, but Dashy says no.
I use the far. Dashy uses the far. No coincidence. Well,
You gotta pick one, dude. You gotta pick one now.
Snap.
Is
Yeah,
it ball Dashy or ball Bance? I mean, that's really it. Like, get with it.
I was gassing Bance, but I was gassing him. I thought you meant picking between like the
No,
the
like,
far,
are
the
you gonna
far
be
and
ball
the far.
Dashy or ball Bance? Like, this is what the people need to know.
Listen, I'm ball Dashy forever.
All right, I don't know. You've been getting away from it, so he's put on a show for you.
Formal's lover, first and foremost.
Fair enough.
5-1. See how far he can keep this going, but they're up 2-1. Drazah, nice shot. Get that first blood, so Formal out of the picture. Now to TJ's POV in the mid-tracks. Envoy, good job just getting a tag and getting the hell out of there. Doesn't overstay his welcome. Now, where do they go with it? They've already got the bomb over towards B. They'll start to work the plan. Now going to be a 4-on-3 retake opportunity for Thieves. How do you try to play this with numbers?
Well, watch number 3 though, right? It's Envoy. Now he's either going to be right on time or just a little bit too late. Scump and Dashy are trying to do what they can, but it's Envoy middle of the tracks, and he's seeing nothing. The trades are there, and yeah, I mean, when you're by yourself and they go pretty quick with that push, you get some horrible timing, and he's going to get horrible timing. Kenny with the read on the flank. They're hoping that he can get there and make a play maybe a little bit quicker. Not able to do so. They read the map well. They do not waste any time towards this lower terminal.
It felt like, who were we watching yesterday? It was on Surge where they were like, just holding mid, holding, just assuming, you know, that's where the transition was going to come from, but everyone hit the other way, just shot him in the back. Like, Envoy's thinking he might get in a gunfight, taking his time to get there, but yeah, they just hit it. They fly. And the retake. It gets done. Drazah, Kenny combined now for what, 9 and 5. They're going to have numbers here. It's a 4-man hit. They are soaring out. You'll have Dashy and Formal, the AR power duo. Ready to fight this, and then across the cut comes Scump. He gets there just in the nick of time. Dashy, another kill through. Dashy again as the far is hidden.
Yeah, it looks like they don't have numbers, but the timing is on Scump through Catwalk. And yeah, they're just staying alive in this 2-man setup, just trying to buy time. The trophies are down, the nades are out. One player focused on Scump. Dashy, he rechals. The health regen comes in, and it's been all defense. It's 5 defensive rounds in a row. Which team is going to be able to find that first offense?
What do you think needs to change? Has it just been great defense, or do you want to see something more out of the offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's really good defense on both sides. Finding those first bloods, not giving up the picks. You know, a lot of the times, what do we see? It's like a free bomb plant into a 4 versus 4, but that just hasn't happened because the offense, the defense continues to find those first bloods.
Why'd that look so funny? Like, Envoy's just strolling through on the tracks. Hello.
Just trotting on through, just wanted to say hi.
I don't know why it looked so funny, like the way he was looking. And they pull off the 3v4. I just need to get Dashy in some gunfights. He's 8 and 2 right now. Nice peek there from Scump. Gets in, gets out, puts it to a 3 versus 3, and clean pickings like that are exactly what you need down a man.
Yeah, Venom's trying to help TJ down low, but as soon as he moves and repositions, that's when Scump comes out of catwalk. Scump's been great from that position. Kenny's just going to spot the rotation.
Yeah, just those peaks,
now,
right?
do they fight, right? So, okay, so it looks like one player's going to go. It's going to be TJ. So Drazah is going to be the lone man. If we could switch to his point of view, a lot of this times it comes down to this. What can he find? And it's nothing. The team shot from Formal and Dashy is on point.
Yeah, that just didn't look fun to deal with. One sliding across, the next peaks. Dashy, give him number 9, maybe number 10. 4-2 now for OpTic. They took their time, they gonna fake the transition across, 8th the rotation. And that'll be number 10 now for Dashy, already into double digits, 6 rounds deep.
And we've seen that a lot, where when you go on a rotation, someone stays B. Maybe it just doesn't work. It does not. We've seen it so many times. That player just has to rotate with the team. You'd rather take a 3v3 retake than risk him getting taken down by that offensive team and putting you down a man. So I think Drazah just go with the team. I mean, he can either be the hero or the reason why they lose that round.
Yes, don't give him a chance to have numbers. Envoy just got there. Is he going to check it? Yep. And I thought maybe going to get out, but no, give Dashy number 11. Who knows what he's going to get to at this point.
Just feels like they just are dead so quick with that fire rate.
Yeah, it's absurd. Hits like a truck. And like, you know, if you're playing like Warzone or something, at long ranges, it can be a little bit harder to maybe control, but not at these ranges. 7 in a row now. Streaks for Dash. I swear, if he won that gunfight. He is having a map, and it's another round to OpTic, and part of me is losing for OpTic to just lose some rounds here so we go deeper into the game, and Dashy drops 20.
But it's really their defensive retakes at this site. It's been perfect. I know the first round is a little bit scary with Drazah in the position to clutch, but there was a 3-on-3. That's when Kenny goes on the flank. They read that one. You have another scenario right there. They're letting these bomb plants go down. They're playing it very, very well. Nice search and destroy so far on OpTic.
What did you say he was? A 1.78 through 2? Well, that's going up. That's
Going up.
It's going to be over a 2. I mean, for those that aren't mathematicians like myself, he is currently at a 4.0.
Really good math there, Miv.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was in math club as a kid. East. If they can close it out here. Get it done on offense. Kenny just playing for the spot. Back out for information, and Dashy, look how deep he is playing, just for that push through. And number 6, it's TJ. You know, he likes to get aggressive. He likes to fly.
Yeah, and what's open right now for LA Thieves? The one thing is the catwalk push. And Scump's going to peek it. Venom is a little bit worried about the transition through mid. But now TJ, he might get caught down low. Almost going to slow peek this. But Dashy thought he was going to check with a nice trade from Formal. And TJ, he would love to have 2 there.
Huge trade. 3v2. 27 seconds to go. Nice shots from Formal. Into a 2v2. Can't finish it on the cross. Venom, though, he is ready. All on a Scump. Down to a 1 versus 1. Able to avoid the nade. 15 seconds to go. Hey, Kitty! Kitty wins it to keep him in the game.
I thought he got caught. Why, honestly. I really did. You'll see it from his point of view, right
700 times.
There, yeah.
Well,
With the snap, Kenny just runs at him with a Krig.
So Dashy, he pings, and they see they have a 2-on-1, and they go to fly at it, but it's like right at that time, you know, TJ backs up, they take their time, and he just gets a chance to get into a corner.
Well, that was the corner he was in when he pinged it. So I thought they were going to check it anyways, but they're probably thinking there's no way he stays there after a ping, right?
Yeah.
But he just goes right back to the spot.
Yeah, I was thinking in my head for some reason he had moved to there, but you're right. You'll have to rip off 4 straight.
So nothing early. Yeah, Dashy and Formal, they rotate off. They go for a hard B counter. It's a little slower here on LA Thieves, but Scum with the first blood. He's been so good around this site.
Yeah, he's found some just incredible timings, holds it, and Scump trying to put it away. There's 2, going for the 3rd. Give the king an ace. He can track down the final kill. Last guy is Kenny. Can he get him? Oh, there it is, an ace to close it out. OpTic tie up the series as the Ginger Monster closes it out.
Yeah, it's like, did I see him? Did I not see him? They're all trying to find him. I mean, you already had Envoy through the spawn, so like, dude, I think he might be behind you. He got through some way. But Scump, he locks the site down. Beautifully done. What LA Thieves, I like what they did there. They switched it up. It wasn't a fast view. It was more slower. You forced 2 players to go back towards A, see if there's any information. Don't see anything on the flank. But it's all Scump holding that catwalk.
Yeah, and I know I was gassing Dashy a lot because I was excited to see the far, and he was making a lot of awesome plays, but Scump was crucial in 4 rounds. I mean, like you were talking about, just that kind of mid-ticket booth and catwalk control, some great timings. There were times where I even said, it looks like kind of numbers for Thieves. They're going to get there. They're going to have a 4-on-2, 3-on-2, whatever it was. But just in time, Scump would get there, find a kill. He was huge.
Yeah, I mean, 11 from Scump, 12 from Dashy. 2,000 damage, and yeah, just a great map overall from OpTic. All the retakes go their way. Every single time that bomb went down at A, they played their numbers, they played together, and then on offense, they finally get through the cracks. Well, they clutch on up.
Joe, I'm going to let you guess what the U.S. Army tactical play is going to be.
I'm thinking last round Scump ace.
I'm thinking you're right. Let's take a look at the ace one more time as OpTic take the search and destroy. There's good patience here. Shots on point, making the plays.
And if you're LA Thieves, you're not exactly sure. You can see the 2 players down low, Drazah and Kenny. They have to sort of check everything in case there's an AR playing low, but you get a slow peek from both TJ and Venom. And Scump just shuts that down. And he's able to push on through Envoy. He's able to work through middle. And just a matter of time before Kenny, he gets found. And I think after this, you kind of saw Kenny laugh because he knew that he was in a really tough spot. He was trying to make anything happen, but it was all Scump in that round.
He's trying, but we were hoping for an epic series here for our Game Fuel marquee match. So far, so good. The OpTic boys fired up as they tie it up 1-1. Going to a quick break. We'll be back with the control.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
All right, welcome back to our Game Fuel marquee match. Here is OpTic right at the end of that game, getting locked in. And we're going to take a look at Formal stats, the way he's been performing, and the way that his numbers have added on up. Formal right now, 24-31 throughout this series. Obviously, they lose that first respawn. But a pretty solid game throughout that game. 2, search and destroy. But here we go. Just look at him this year. Been great in hardpoint. Great in control and search and destroy. The story has been just really his turnaround because, well, that .9, it used to be a lot worse.
Yeah, that's what, kind of like I said with Priestahh when we looked at it. Like, I'd like to see the difference. What was it, the control KD or whichever it was? Like, how much it's changed, you know, like from stage 1 to stage 2 and now. You got to think it is so much improved for Formal. He's gotten better. I know that game, yeah, the talk was all Scump at the end, Dashy throughout, but he's gotten a lot better. And, well, the team as a whole has been great.
Yeah, they really have. Yeah, really turning things around. Keeps them in there. And what, speaking of the team and the way this match has been going, I believe, what, Envoy's brother, going to see something that he talked about with his team. And yeah, here we go. The Astros social soundboard. Watch my brother play and win these games gives me so much passion to get in the league. I'm all for it. I'd love to see it, babe.
Listen, what's the old saying? I mean, typically, like younger brothers, a lot of times, like in sports, like they'll into being better. The competitive nature, they always be better than their big brother. You saw it in a lot of things in sports over the years. I saw it so many times throughout high school and college. Like, I don't know. I'm excited. You never know, man. He's been following him, watching him play. I'm sure he's played with him a ton. That'd be awesome to see.
Yeah. Well, now here's the last time that OpTic played Los Angeles Thieves. It's been some time, all the way back in March 6th with OpTic. They were able to take that one 3-1. Los Angeles Thieves able to win that round 11, but respawns went the way of OpTic. A little bit flipped so far, but we're headed to a raid control, and this is where OpTic has been just so darn good all year.
We'll see if they can keep it going there. I mean, so far similar to last series. One team comes out, they win the hard point, the answer back immediately. We'll see if OpTic can do what Ultra did, just rip it off 3 straight to close this out. But you touched on the importance of this match. Like, it's mixy. In the middle of the pack, well, actually kind of all teams but one, really, like kind of in the hunt right now. A win so big for either team. What do you think about OpTic here just makes them so strong?
I think your AR is just right away. Having Dashy and Formal on raid, immediate, strong presence. But then Envoy, right? A lot of the times is about the lurk plays. We've seen Hoot do it a lot of the times throughout the year with Dallas Empire. Envoy can be that guy, but it's evolved a little bit. I want to see Envoy and Scump play a little bit more together as that duo. There's the Milano out for Envoy, and LA Thieves, they go right towards this B zone. They're going to get on it. There's nobody here quite yet. This could be some early B control and progression for Los Angeles Thieves.
Huge opening to get set up. Could be a dagger in the opening seconds. Nage just pounding away at Dashy, but stays up at 43 HP. Venom still taking fights into court. Dashy will reposition a window, but they seem to be ready and waiting for it. Or are they? Venom, he gets the headshots. I thought caught on the mantle, but the hip fire hits as he goes across. The B point done. Now you've got a ton of time.
Yeah, Los Angeles Thieves, 5-2 in their last 7 controls with this new roster. Venom, really the difference maker. A .67 in their losses, a 1.17 in wins. So we'll see if he can keep this up. Well, as you said, able to get that B zone. Now have to work towards A, but a lot of map control. Goes the way of OpTic. They have someone in art. They have someone controlling back laundry. LA Thieves just trying to break on through.
Now, it'll be interesting, with the FAR on this map, just, if he's able to stay aggressive, fight in the mid-range is probably great, but I feel like beaming somebody across. I'm curious to see if you can still map somebody like maybe you do with the Krig. I mean, he could probably do it just about anything, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing one of those long-range gunfights. But Drazah, perfect so far. He is out the 4-0. DJ finding kills the mid-cut. Dashy can't quite trade it out. On to the point. Go Thieves.
And now this is the scary part. When you lose B, how do you retake A? TJ, great job. He was able to find 3. 2 inside of art and then 1 coming from middle. That was on to formal. About to have 2 ticks of progression almost done. We're going to have to go Envoy. He's lurking, able to find the first, the snap onto the second, able to connect. But Kenny still there. An Envoy weak from earlier. Gunfights, but the numbers are here for OpTic. The FAR, that is where it's just so strong.
Yeah, like it's a sub at close ranges. It just kills so fast. It's so funny, like watching like the TDK for that versus like when Envoy was shooting the Milano. Like, it seems like it's like twice as fast.
Just that fire rate, dude, it's just so quick. Yeah, Milano's kind of the opposite. And a lot of these guys, they're not exactly sure how these are going to perform on these 60 Hz servers that we get in the matches. So trying things out, but a huge play out of Envoy and Dashy to hold on to this A zone. It was so close to being done. Now 30 seconds left. We were talking about it yesterday, how difficult it could be to hold this A zone. OpTic of doing it right now.
I was going to bring that up. I asked you yesterday, like, how many times have we seen somebody hold A after losing B? And you said probably a couple, maybe. Like, it is not easy to do. Can they do it? Envoy trying to go big. Dashy, though, still up. Envoy got the vision of him jumping out, but he gets back to the block. He wins the fight. 13 seconds to go now. That second kill by Dashy so huge, but Drazah able to slide in, and the snap is up. The Scump does stay alive. Pinching, though. They got Venom from mid. Venom and Kenny. They get both. They're able to stack the point. They close it out. And, well, there was an example of just why it is so damn hard to hold for several minutes on the objective.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. When you're on that range, but you spawn back court. So the rotation is just so far away. You're getting picked apart, and then you have to try and cut through pillars, through mid-courtyard. You have all the strong positions inside a ring, one side to deal with. Yeah, we're doing a really good job controlling laundry and art, making sure someone was always alive. But LA Thieves are able to break through. They get the 2 ticks done on the first push, and then on that last push, able to get one more on it is Drazah. He finds that opening kill on the Dashy. That allows him to slide under the point.
Oh, you nailed it. It seems like it's like twice as far a run to get back and get set up, but 10 kills for Envoy in that first round. Now, can they match the opening that you saw from Thieves? So far, so good. Let's get right into it. We're going to an Astro listening. OpTic Chicago. Ooh.
Can you move in? Can you move in? Can you move in? I'm staying live.
I spawn B.
Another one mid. Yeah,
Yeah,
mid got me.
B.
He's staying live. I'm staying live. I'm staying live. Yeah,
Go,
go,
there's 3A.
go.
No, Tiki. Jacuzzi. I'm waiting.
Jacuzzi, that one's probably water.
There's
There's 3A, I believe.
Nothing mid.
Yeah, nothing mid. Let's go. They're probably gonna pitch.
Yeah, we gotta go.
You can hold pinch if you want. Watch out.
Nice.
Go. I'm gonna watch pinch in a second. Nothing cut out.
I have pull stairs.
I'm holding you guys cut for a second.
Okay.
I'm getting pinch.
I'm only pull stairs.
I think pinching. Nothing.
Yo,
pinching.
I didn't flash anything money.
One shot.
I have court.
Pull stairs dead.
Stack.
I have court.
Pull
Stairs.
stairs.
Your side.
Yeah, oh my god.
Nice,
I'm
good job, court.
looking outside.
Court.
Yeah,
Chill.
just stack. You guys hang on.
Go from
Cut
court.
out. I'm looking court.
Watch out court.
Dead.
Cut out.
Cut out. No, probably mid on this.
I'm wrapping back.
Could be money.
Yo, top ring.
We should work the back.
Top ring, Kenny. Yeah, you guys work the back. Dill, I'll come help you. Though. Hang on.
Yellow.
Lambo Drazah. Yellow Lambo.
Or she can bait me here.
He pushed up. It looked like Dill.
Maybe on the head. He said chill.
I'm going Jim Dill.
No, nothing heady.
He went
Close dead. I'm one shot.
Maybe heady
Jim
now.
dead.
Nice.
One more.
I spawn here.
Okay.
Fly mid.
Behind burst.
No, he can't be Zig.
Their side,
Yo, their side, guys. Their side teach.
Respond close.
Let's stack it.
I'm laying down. He could be outer.
Yo, top.
Try to get up.
I think
Point.
we're pillars.
Watch him in.
What's
Zig Venom.
What's middle?
Wait, he's behind us.
The passion there, the boys on point, but Kenny just dropped all four. Kenny kills everyone at the tail end of that. Listen, and they won't finish it there, but they've got a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, I mean, similar to what we saw from Los Angeles Thieves. Very early B control. Now you're in this point where you're going to have to hold A. Well, OpTic, you're in the listening. They wanted to stack the point, put the pressure on him, but Kenny through the wide flank. Now looking for number 7. That's going to be Streaks. It's at least the artillery. Can he find the cruise missile? And he was able to get this in the hard point. That was a big difference maker. And you see where they're spawning them right now, running into TJ. They have to go all the way through low water. You have Zig control. TJ's inside of money. This is a great trap on LA Thieves.
Well, yeah, you know what helps? Stop a last-second break at A. The streak. I mean, it's just wide open, right? Like you've got nowhere to go. That's gonna be 3 down again, and we'll see if he even needs it. But Kenny, there's the second one. He is on 8 in a row. He's only 11-9. So the first round he just got destroyed. Now he's doing the destruction. Up to 9. Kenny just having his way with everyone. They hold on as Kenny goes on a tear. The 4-man clear at raid. Woo! Oh, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry.
He'd probably be a real good dancer, huh?
I started singing there. I don't know what even song that was, but is that like
Mama number 5?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I forgot. That was a long time ago, Joe. He's on 10 in a row.
Really showing your age here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just a great round out of Kenny. And, well, there's that A hold. They put them in the trap. They couldn't get out of it. They had to run into TJ or Kenny. Beautifully done. And turns that multi-kill into full streaks. His spree is still alive. A little different of a start. They just go right back towards the standard A hit.
It's going to end, though, finally. Looks one way, gets shot from the other. Formal. He'll actually end up getting 2. Scump big plays as well. You've got Envoy lurking with his Milano. Nice shots. Take down 1. Now Dashy will try to watch this water across, but he just gets ripped immediately. Scump's the one to help, and they were tagged up. He puts them both down. Nice teamwork there at the water steps.
I mean, both of these teams just on offense have not been able to get really anything going. Well, I guess LA Thieves, but it's like came down.
Thieves
Well,
won
it came
their
down to like
offense.
no, it came down to like crazy like last round heroics. But I mean, besides the one slip up, defensively, there's just been so much map control. I guess that's what I mean. Like the map control that we normally see from offensive teams just really hasn't been there. It's been defense in their spawns. That's why you've had crazy swings in those stats.
Yeah, it's just that an opening moment in the first round where they got on to B. Yeah, outside of that, you're right. It's been lockdown. But A will get finished here, and Thieves can take this in 3-0 fashion. But they're down a bit in the lives department. They're down 5 with a lot of time to play. So OpTic not in a bad spot, but the streak's going to make this a little bit more difficult. What kind of opening can Kenny find? The 10 streak turns into big streaks, and Envoy just splattered across the walls. As the cruise missile comes in, 2 will drop. Onto the point they go. Formal trying to make the plays, but inside a kitchen, it'll be Drazah as Kenny tries to transition for the help.
Formal was able to get 1, and that was huge. From that position, he gets another on to Kenny. They were going to 3-stack the point, but when 1 was sliding out, Formal was able to beam 1 across the map. That is the power of that position apartment side. So cruise missile doesn't turn into anything. You still have a 5 life advantage. But you saw as soon as he found 1, the player that was about to jump out, just stayed inside of money. They're able to retake control of kitchen. Now here comes Venom. And Drazah, but yeah. Headshot hits. Jump with a nice two-piece.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you've got 2 or 3 down on your team and you come up with a multi-kill and control, it's almost always big. And Formal, he has the moment there. Is OpTic desperately trying to continue this game 3. Formal streak gets up to 5, but there it will stop. Just under 30 seconds to go now. As the push will get staggered again, as Venom will drop. Drazah, though, that's going to be 2 down. That's going to be a presence now at Tiki. It's Formal rotating over towards court. In through kitchen is Scump. T2P trying to hold on, and they're doing just that.
Then a couple more lives. I think they probably put the artillery in. Maybe go for the map win or a little bit better position. If Drazah wasn't necessarily the point guy there, and he might put the artillery in and try to win that map 3-0. But OpTic, you give up A, they lock down B. Avoid that cruise missile, and I think this is it. Yeah, this is the shot. It's right there. So you see Drazah, he's about to fly out, but he's like, I'm good. He's got to turn around now. They were gonna 3-stack that point. The artillery was probably going to come in. Then he's able to stop Kenny. Huge plays out of Formal. That's when he's able to earn that spree. But you know, you put 3 on it, you know how fast that progression goes.
Well, and that's the reason we talk about what important position that is, right? Like usually there's a huge fight around that apartment window control. Just getting into that bedroom. Because even though he's kind of on the opposite side of the point for his squad, the angle, the line of sight you have, just so big, and Formal makes the play. They're going to have to win 2 more. They're going to get it done. Nice win by Scump. But Venom pushing through Art, takes him out. Nice shots. He's up to, what did he die on, like a 5 or 6 streak? He's right up to 4 already again.
Yeah, but Kenny was able to find 2 as well, and he found the first one in the round. So you're just starting the progression now. So that might mean LA Thieves, yeah, they're going to go for this. Venom's going to get on the point. TJ's going to go through, and TJ's connecting with the 74. Be able to find it. Can he find the 3rd player? He's got a little bit of help. They're going to stop the progression. Clock's going to keep ticking. And look at Drazah's position. He's kind of forcing them to go zig or go towards driveway. They're going to be ready for this, but there's only 2 players here now.
Oh, he's been there for a minute and a half.
Hey, he's just hanging out.
Yeah. It's perfect. He's been there for ages because the fight has gone on so long here. Almost takes him down. What was he at 30 HP or so? But TJ's streak will come to an end.
Envoy's down all the way through. It's that question. Do they go for this again? And with these picks, I think they are. Yeah, they're going to keep trying to pick them apart from top laundry and from pillars, and they've stopped it again. So Envoy thought it was done.
He trusted him, man. I think he trusted his teammates to make the play here so he could push through and make the kind of soften up the transition across. But then his teammates fall. They'll get back onto it, but yeah, I sort of saw like the arrow on the minimap, like, hey, do I go back? Do I go forward?
Yeah, it's like he didn't want to cheat top laundry because, like you said, he still wanted his position to be unknown. Yeah. At the point, it's still tied 18-18. I guess for LA Thieves, you wasted some seconds off the clock. But now we get to this transition. Scump and Formal open things up. And Kenny.
Oh, lordy.
Hang on. I don't think so. And the transition is so smooth.
No, that is flawless. That is flawless. All 4 down, stacking the points. Scump ready, waiting. Inside of court. Playing with all the basketballs that are conveniently in there. Not much further to go. Kenny soars out. Dashy and Scump already and waiting. Back-to-back rounds now for OpTic, and they rally back to get us to a round 5.
And just so quick from that A to B transition. They know exactly where they want to fight. You saw Formal with a beautiful shot on a Drazah top apartment. Then it's down to 2 players for LA Thieves. You're hoping they can get 2 or 3. They only found 1, and then off spawn, you know, you have 3 to worry about on the point. Scump got into a forward position, and now they've earned themselves a defense.
It's funny because, you know, Envoy was trying to make that play to like make that transition smooth, and it doesn't go how he wanted it to, but then it ends up being one of the smoother transitions you'll see. They make it look so easy.
Still have the artillery on Kenny too.
This is starting to feel a lot like the last series too. I mean, what? They take the search, then they were down 0-2. They brought it back and won the control. OpTic about to do the same or close.
Yeah, we'll see if LA Thieves have a different result, but we're going to give up A. Much more standard start to the round. Good job by Drazah. Finds that flank on a Scump through Art, and that's pretty much the point. So now you've only lost 1 life. Some time to work with. But how are they going to try and break this? And when do they want to use that streak? Venom just trying to see where they are. But they have to deal with the player apartment side. That's going to be the first gunfight.
Scump gets aggressive behind it. You've got, what, one in kitchen. TJ's gotten into Tiki. Formal from this side. Probably going to have to go massive again. He can't. The team shot is in. Venom gets one as well. They're on to the point. They're all trying to swarm across. This is the streak. They're going to try and cut off the cross. Will it delay them? Oh, well, okay, it does more than delay them. It blows them to smithereens. 2 bits of progress is done. Thieves, they lose back-to-back rounds, but they close it out with the swiftness in round 5. They get the first point with 1 death. How many deaths do they have total there?
It wasn't a lot. I don't think it was many because they pretty much had a simple transition in the kitchen and cut. I mean, you had 2 players go through court. They just lost their position. What, Scump was able to find 1. I think on to Kenny, and after that,
I don't even know
what
happened.
All Thieves.
I don't even know what happened in the round 5. I blinked and it was done. What was that? You know, if you're wondering, oh, if the pressure's on after losing a couple of rounds and you're maybe thrown away at 2-0, well, it sure as hell was not. Thieves show up in the round 5. And apparently having defense there does not matter. Thieves go up 2-1 in the series. Joe, take me through the stats.
Venom is the key for me. 30 kills from him, 5,500 damage. He has been great in their control wins, now 6-2 in their last 8. I mean, besides that, it's not both teams. Besides Venom, there's not like really a big standouts. It's just the key here is but the damage. Everyone's about 4,500 from LA Thieves.
It still comes down to that Kenny round, though, to me. Like, he was, what, like 2-10 or something at that point. They have to hold A, which we don't see happen very often. He goes on a 10 spree, gets streaks, just takes over by himself in that round. But Venom just consistently round to round a monster. And you gotta love to see it. Didn't start that hot with the squad, now on fire. He's up 2-1. We'll be right back after this break. Thieves just lights out in that final round to take the edge in the series. Now we get poised for another hard point. We're going to take a look at the quick scope and look through some of the stats from the map 1 hard point. Joe, what stands out to you here? Well, OpTic has been better.
Yeah, I mean, they've been better throughout the year. LA Thieves, they had a great stage 1, and then they got bounced out of that. Stage 2 was tough for them, but they've made a run. Since Major 2, they've been looking a lot better. And well, yeah, they're starting to catch up a little bit, but their control has been their one of their best modes, and they won it there in that round 5.
Well, just a reminder on how the FeLo process went, how the best of 5 played out. We're going to take a look now at the first map and just some of the stats from it. And I know we're changing maps, but just a reminder how the hard point went for our Game Fuel Marquee match. And Kenny had himself a map, I mean, pretty solid all around, but nearly 2 minutes in the hard point, +5. He's had a good series.
Yeah, I mean, him and Drazah just early on in that game 1 just really set the pace for them. They got those early streaks. They had a 90, 100-point lead on that checkmate from their great start. Now we go to Apocalypse, though. You know, both of these teams, LA Thieves 0-2 on this map. OpTic 1-0. So we'll see if LA Thieves could pull this one out.
Yeah, I mean, I was I don't know, like a fan of this team in a way almost instantly, just because, you know, they were dealing with so many problems. They were horrible. They were not playing well. The results were not what you'd expect from that organization. But to see them making that run at stage 2, improving, and the laughs and smiles is, I don't know. They were having fun. It's just great to see teams get better in this league, and we've seen that for a lot. What do you say? Wait, how many was it again for this map? It was not...
What, 1-0 for OpTic and 0-2.
Because what was Ultra?
1-1 or 1-0, 2-0?
Yeah, they barely played it, and they looked incredible. See if someone can mimic that here. And what was the lead? They got out to they were up what, 60 or 70 after the second. You have a bit of an advantage there if you were OpTic. Pressure on Thieves to break through. They found some opening kills, but then Scump starts to shut it down. He is 3-0 off the break, and massive considering his teammates drop around him.
Yeah, LA Thieves able to get them off the time though. Starting to fight for that barrels control. But that one-on-one is going right now. But Kenny able to beam onto 2. Now you're going to start to get some forward progression. They want to flip these spawns, and there's the spawn. Envoy and Formal both going to spawn out. And they have Scump and Dashy. They need to stay alive. And I think with nobody peeking them, LA Thieves know that something is up. So you're going to play from the second hill. Is OpTic. You have back control, and LA Thieves maybe with some nades. Let's try and find some openers.
Just soaring in is Drazah, but unfortunately, so many to deal with, and the 2 OpTic members stand tall for now, but there is a 1-on-1. It's just the 2 players remaining, and Venom able to win it. They'll get right into the point, and what more could you ask for spawning on the bad side here for Thieves?
Now you're able to get that break. They take their time. They're able to fly on in. They have the spawns now, and you said it. You don't have that deficit you have to fight back from. It's going to be you in the lead now.
So,
Wait.
I just have a question about this map, because you saw they were trying to pick it up. They weren't sure if they spawned them out. When a new map comes into it, you know how delicate the spawns can be sometimes, right? It's a matter of feet whether you're going to force it out or the line of sight. How long does it usually take a team to kind of get everything locked in?
I think it's more just understanding, you know, where the spawns are. How do we influence spawns, right? A lot of teams, they probably were trying to figure out how do we flip the spawns on second without putting too much pressure on the map. And that's why you see teams fight for, you know, under this third hill off the break. They know that they could spawn the teams out now top left. And yeah, I think there's definitely some reps that come into it.
Yeah, I just asked because, you know, for the regular maps, you have months before the league starts. When a new map gets thrown in the rotation, it's got to be a little bit different.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, it's all the intricacies of how do you spawn people out, where do you need to go, and I mean, what weapon setup is the best. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for these guys.
Yeah, you know, it gave me a headache. I could not do that. For the final 20 or so seconds, OpTic will get that. But still, you see it as a win for Thieves, at least early in this game. Kenny, his monster series continues. We saw Cammy put on a clinic in the last one. At times, it's been the Kenny show here. Somehow still alive. 18 HP, just trying to stay up. Keep vision on the spawns for OpTic. They're lining up in front of him. And he is not making it easy for them to get out. They've got one player still in the point. That was Envoy, but he will drop. But right in go Thieves.
They're trying to get this break. You see both teams fighting for the spawns. Rotation is in from Formal, but Venom, he gets all that pressure, able to take 2 players down. Formal now trying to hang on, but Venom again with 3 in a row. Flipping those spawns once again.
Yeah, spawning in the back there doesn't look fun at times, given the position of your opponents. Like, you're going to spawn it up in a tough gunfight. But what a flip it is. And multiple times, they've come up huge. Just outplaying OpTic so far in this map 4, but still not that crazy of a lead.
But this is where it could get dangerous. You get that back spawn. Talk about the second hill and this 5th hill coming on up, where you can just earn so much time. OpTic, though, with some early position. They can fight from the front of this. You have Formal up top. Good job so far. Drazah's going on a pinch, and he's going to spawn his teammates out. So, great job. They find all the early kills. They have the back spawns now. TJ's trying to fly all the way across, and I think he catches Formal off guard. How fast he was there. And as quick as LA Thieves get broken, they might be right back into it, and they are.
Wow, they regain, and yeah, that's one of those spots where, like, you'll see those pitches work out so well, right? But when your teammates drop right as you're pinching, sometimes not the result you want. But that's, I mean, I just think over multiple modes. I mean, well, the first hard point, the control, like, there have been times where Thieves have been in a bad spot, and they just answer or rebound so fast. Like, what was it, the 5th hard point, the 3rd rotation of the game 1?
Yeah, that was huge for the LA Thieves in that map number 1. And, you know, game 4 right off the start, that second hill, just getting that early flip. And we saw it there. Yeah, when they needed a response, and even the control, right? Like, everything's going wrong, and Kenny pops that 4-piece, just smooths the round out. Every time they've needed a play, there's been one that has come on through.
100%. It just feels like there's been multiple times.
And, well, they just did it again. Well, you have the P1 set up for OpTic, and 4 go down, and now they're just put in such a tough position.
Yeah, like that, I guess that's what I was trying to say. There's been multiple times where I feel like, looking at the map, I want to gas OpTic, they're ready to go, this is their time, and then 2 seconds later, Thieves pull something off, and they completely flip it.
Now it's OpTic's turn. Can they get this break? You see all the white arrows spawning up top right. Yeah, this has to be a break. Nice nade will slow things down. You get a kill here before this second hill pops. You'll spawn LA Thieves out. But they're going to try and find something early on. Oh, he gets both players so weak. Venom somehow able to stay alive, but that nade does take him down. So I think Venom's going to spawn out with Scump. Both across the map. Venom's just trying to hold on to the kill cam. But yeah, he's going to spawn so far away. But TJ, Kenny, they're still alive.
I mean, there's been this battle going on, but in the point, it is Thieves. Might disrupted it for a moment if you're OpTic, but they get these 40 seconds. It might be over. They've got to go. Here comes the next battle on in. Scump, this time able to connect on 2. Teammates drop around him. I think he was about to get assassinated. I'm not really sure what's happening there. 90-point advantage still on the rotation. You've got Thieves. In the hill, you've got Thieves. Series might be Thieves.
Yeah, Venom and TJ already pushed up for this next hill rotation. Venom's done a great job staying alive. He has the help of his teammates. The time's still going their way. Envoy's going to spawn out an ult over to our game field feature player, Dashy. He's going to have to start making some things work right now. But he gets taken down, and Venom is on the hill. Envoy's trying to do what he can. He's waiting for his teammates, all spawning behind this hill. Done a good job playing his life, as he always does.
You've got to be perfect. Or damn near close to it if you're going to pull this one off. A huge, huge deficit, and Thieves are pinching out. Deep spawn out for OpTic. They are collapsing. The 2-2 split. Scump is just spinning in circles. Where are they coming from? Left, right, up, down. But somehow, at the end of it, he's still alive.
They're doing a great job at night to rotate over towards Statue. You can fight for the scrap time, right? If you're LA Thieves. I mean, 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, you win. Those couple of players, you get taken down. Envoy's trying to get aggressive. inside of this HUD. You see the pressure towards the bottom left. Venom has a lot to deal with alongside of Kenny. Kenny was able to spot him. He was with the 74, too strong in that spot. Full control, though, goes to TJ and Drazah.
Yeah, Envoy was doing the best he could. He won his first gunfight over there. We saw it, but then there was just too many players to deal with. We're spawning out, and this could be it. Thieves can lock it down here. From Kenny's POV we go. What a monster he has been. One, give him a second. There's a third. His teammates look to pick that up. Just a couple more ticks, and that'll be it. Thieves, they are the real deal. A 3-1 victory, and they're pumped up.
As they should be. Yeah, I think that was it. What we wanted to see from Los Angeles Thieves this week, going up against Atlanta FaZe and OpTic Chicago, was can you compete with the big dogs, right? You know, how much better have you gotten since that second major and this team change has gone through? Atlanta FaZe all the way to a game 5. You lose that game 5, you learn a lot from it. But right here to win 3 respawns against OpTic, that is a big win. And now they're sitting at 3-1 in their group. And you're hoping that 3-win marker can at least get you in the top 3. But we'll see what happens, because next week's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, you know, when you have an organization like 100 Thieves and the pedigree of somebody like Nadeshot, and, you know, you've got some new players in a way with Drazah and Venom, and, you know, I guess I wondered, depending on how it went at the beginning, if some big free agent became available, you could make a change, would you? But with the way they're playing, I don't know if you can. Like, they seem to be clicking. They're having fun. They're vibing out. The team works on point. The skill is there. And I'm excited to see how these guys look close out the stage and at our next major.
And they'll have one more matchup next week. OpTic, now they start off 2-0. But this is what we said. The rest of their schedule is tough. That LA Thieves today. Next week, they're going to have New York Subliners and Atlanta FaZe sitting at 2-1. You're going to hope they at least win one of those. They want to get top 3.
Absolutely, but we're going to take a look at our Scump play of the game now, and it's going to be Kenny dominating that round of control. What was it, like 10 in a row? He was able to get streaks and a massive round in that game 3. They almost let it slip away, but they're able to get it done. Let's watch it one more time.
Yeah, you have this progress at
so
A
the
being worse.
the foreman was off screen, right?
Yeah, Kenny. I mean, he just comes up through driveway. They're worried about art. They're worried about everything else. And you still have some time to work with, right? 90 seconds. You have 2 ticks done already. But they couldn't get out of this trap. After this moment, it was all LA Thieves. Venom's able to lock down Zig. Kenny gets 1. And now this is when it forces OpTic to have to go all the way water side. And you're just wasting time, right? Going on those long routes. And TJ's in that money window. He finds multiple kills, but Kenny stays alive here for so long. His ability to finesse in that garage wins them that round, and that was a huge turnaround for them to put them up 2-0.
I'm glad we got to see the 4-piece and the best play, because it's always tough. You know, Call of Duty is so fast, and when you see the kill feed, it's like, oh my God, he just killed the whole squad. We missed it, but thankfully it caught it. Now, look at how this has gone. I mean, they've won their 3 series and pushed FaZe to a map 5. You got to feel so good if you're Thieves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just, can we, you know, if we get to another major, can we go on a run? If we start in the winner's bracket, you know, can we compete with the best teams in the world in every single game mode?
I'm starting to think so.
My answer is already yes. With the game 5 and this match win, my answer is, yeah, they can go toe-to-toe with anyone.
I mean, God, OpTic, obviously, they have some really tight matches or maps there. They could have won that series if things maybe go a little bit differently. They're still one of the top squads, but think about the next tournament. Like, it went from, I'll be honest, going into the first major and even the second major, I just didn't see how it would beat FaZe. I really didn't. I don't think many saw the Ultra run coming. Now, going towards major 3, you've got Ultra, FaZe, Thieves, maybe OpTic could make a run.
Subliners.
Subliners maybe get hot. Like, it feels like we're getting to a point now where there's some damn question marks on who's going to take it all.
100%. Yeah, and here again, here's a look at the today. If you missed it, Paris Legion, they were able to get a big win over the Florida Mutineers with a 3-1. Ultra, they stay hot. They stay perfect in their group. 3-1 over Røkkr, and then LA Thieves. Our Game Fuel Marquee match, able to take that one 3-1, winning all 3 respawns. I think that's huge for them.
You think Mud Dog sweats more or less during like a win versus a loss?
But it's a lot either way. I don't really think it matters.
If you guys don't know Mud Dog, like the GM over there, he's sweaty. He's just always sweating. It's weird. But he's got to be happy for the team. They're playing great, but we've got Kenny on the interview next with Miles. You don't want to miss it.
Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It's time for a Game for Your Victory Spotlight. We're back, baby, I think. If we're not, that's fine. If we are, we hope you enjoy yourselves. Game for Your Victory Spotlight time. Let's get it. Second time's a charm. Third, who knows? I might have been doing this for an hour. You wouldn't have known. But welcome, Kenny. Congratulations, bro. That was a wild, wild win. You've got to be feeling good, man. What did you say in the debate? It's like you're feeling unkillable right now.
I mean, all today, like I said, I felt like I was unkillable. I could chow any gunfight I wanted to take, and I was winning it with full confidence. Everything felt good today. Team felt good. Individual performance obviously was good, but overall, good match.
Just clicking, man. Just clicking. I mean, this has been a really good stage for the team. Like, there's no doubt about it. Can you give us any insight? Can you give me a little bit of a lowdown on what the whole thing's been like coming into this stage? Obviously, team changes to the meta, all sorts been going on. How's it been feeling?
Well, the stage is going well for us. It kind of sucked that our first match on the new patch was against FaZe, but we felt like we made a lot of small mistakes versus them that hurt us. Obviously, when you're playing against a good team like them, you can't make mistakes, which I feel like today we didn't make as many, made a few, but other than that, I mean, we came up on top. The whole stage has been wonderful for us. We've been doing good in practice, doing good in matches. Overall, the vibe on the team is just great. So, I mean, I have no complaints.
You're right on. Can I get a hot take on, obviously, we saw Dashy running the FaZe today. Have you got any feelings about that? It's talk of Twitter right now. What's it like going up against it?
Honestly, Bruce was melting with that thing. We were confused because, like, everybody was bringing it up. We're like, no way he's bringing out the FAR. And then, like, the first S&D round, Teach was like, he has the FAR out. I'm like, what? He has the FAR out? But then he was melting with it, playing really well with it. So we might have to check out that meta and scrims and see how well it is. And I might have to pull that thing out for it to Bruce.
Right on, man. Right on. Your next opponents will be, of course, the New York Subliners. Mate, anything you're looking forward to about that series? Any kind of specific prep you're looking to do before going into that match? HyDra's looking dangerous.
Right, I was about to say, with HyDra, I've heard a lot about him. I've watched a lot, so I think he's playing well. I think they're all playing well. It's going to be a good match. We're definitely looking to take it, but they're kind of unexpected team, to be honest. We've beaten them twice, I think, but I'm looking forward to be a way harder match and honestly to end the whole stage out with a dub.
Right on, man. Kenny, once again, congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing your insight here on our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Much love to you and the team.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Yep. Thank you.
Mighty Kenny, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, what a series that was. A lot of fun, but the day of Call of Duty is not over just yet. We may have finished our games, but still plenty to break down the desk. Lottie, Nameless, and Standy coming up after this very quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, friends. Keep the game fuels cracked. We've still got some chatting to do here in the Call of Duty League.
Acting that way out of pocket. For the grind, for the hustle, I can't knock it. Do what it takes, what you do, you could try. I've been up, I've been stuck up in the sky. Only at the top, I can't lie. Haters watch it, throw the piece, tell them bye, 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 bye. I got things to do, I got bands to get. Competition up in smoke, ooh, cannabis. Ask me why I'm a top 10 candidate. I'm so fly, I'm so clean, ooh, and I'm rich. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got penny bands, I'm thumbing it, yeah. Tell them move. Get up out the way. It's ludicrous, yeah, how much I'm getting paid. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10K. No mob ties for the player being made. Now how you spoke to your girl, better check her phone. And do you know what she doing when you not at home? And when she tell you she alone, but she not alone. She got a lot of options, eeny, miny, mo. She gon' do what she want, ain't no stopping it all. Pour the liquor in the cup, yeah, I'm topping it off. I might take your girl, take a trip to the mall. Put the shelf in the bag, yeah, cause I'm copping it all. I'm saying, they can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. They can't stop it, they can't stop the kid. Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stats. Numbers don't lie.
It's the final look at the beautiful Eiffel Tower at night, but before we love you and leave you, we've got you covered with thoughts on today's games. And here are the results brought to you by the US Army. We didn't know a couple of hours ago, but we certainly do now. Paris Legion take it 3-1 against the Florida Mutineers. Toronto are smiling today as they win the Battle of the North 3-1. And our Game Fuel marquee match, OpTic versus LA Thieves. Well, it was chalked for OpTic because LA Thieves walk away with a lovely 3-1 there. It's 3-1s all round. Have a 3-1, have a 3-1, everyone. 3-1s. But I do have some absolutely stunning, wonderful human beings on the desk. Stud, Nameless. I've got to start off with some analysis as per usual. Nameless, the Thieves' control was looking pretty damn good. What did you notice in particular?
Yeah, let's talk about this control here for a second. It was phenomenal. One thing I need to say about Kenny right now, and I actually just let out a tweet about it, he's a top 2 AR in the game. These last few weeks, what he's done has been incredible. There were a lot of people who were doubting him, moving over towards the main AR after having been an SMG, and what we're seeing him do is just unbelievable versus some of the best ARs we have in COD history. You know, Formal and Dashy, these guys are unreal. This is right after the listening that we saw from OpTic Chicago, and while the listening sounded great, they weren't keeping track of the players, so they forgot about Kenny coming up behind them. He gets a 4-piece, and he gets into their garage. You can see right here, OpTic try to wrap back, but they're not going to be able to because Kenny is in garage and he's in a power spot. And he does a great job finessing his life, just battling off these guys, tearing down time on that clock. So what's it going to do? It's going to force OpTic Chicago to push over towards the other side of the map, and they're getting trapped by TJ here in money. So with Kenny flanking, getting that 4-piece, getting them off of A, and then pushing all the way into garage. They set up a trap on OpTic Chicago, just bleeds out the rest of this time, and you can see they still can't kill Kenny. He's killed Formal, then he killed Scump. These are 1-by-1 challenges. OpTic Chicago still, meanwhile, trying to flank around and get towards A, and they can't do it, and Kenny's winning all his 1v1, just buying time, and there goes another one against Envoy. It was just flawless play, man. This guy was on top of this game throughout the entire series, and honestly, the last 3 weeks, he's been phenomenal, and OpTic were struggling.
He has. He really has, man. Honestly, I don't know. I might go as far as saying right now, the fact that Kenny has been just on fire recently, I think he could be the X factor for this LA Thieves team. When he's on point, the team seems to be sailing, man. Talking about sailing and maybe drowning, OpTic in that match just didn't look so great. Stud, thoughts there, man?
Just watching OpTic throughout that series, it had me furious from start to finish. When they started on that first respawn, obviously they weren't able to get control completely of that P4, P5 setup that we'd like to see on Checkmate. But I said it. I said that the Thieves' only success on that map with this new roster has been Checkmate, so try to get eliminated from that. But I understand their side, they're undefeated on it, so they're feeling really confident there. But then they go into the control. They let Kenny go on a 10 spree to eventually close out that map. But then the very last map, I just feel like OpTic just trolled the entire time. They came out and they used different guns that we don't see out of championship teams like Toronto, like FaZe, who really just consistent gameplay using those AK-74, using the Crimsixes, and it was just a fun game today. These guys just came in today and just decided to have fun, and it's just not good for OpTic. They started off this stage 3, 2-0, and now they find themselves at 2-1, and they have 2 difficult matches that they have to go up against New York, and they have to play Atlanta FaZe. I feel like if they wanted to try these new weapons out, they should have tried it versus a team like London, who are currently sitting dead last. But they come in and they lose this series here, and I'm just completely mind blown. Losing 3 respawns out of OpTic is not something that we always see, but when you troll like that, it's going to happen.
That's what happened. And just to quickly tag that, I definitely see what you're saying there. Like, I understand on Checkmate, running the FAR, because obviously all the engagements are sort of medium range, and the FAR can be, fantastic when you're trying to fight somebody inside of the train or fight somebody inside of Ticket, because the gun range is perfect for it.
On Express.
But when you're running a Milano on Raid, that's going to be very tough. You look at a player like Envoy, who had a 1.2 headed into this series. In the last 2 series, he's been phenomenal switching over to the Milano. I just don't agree with some of the changes that they made. Hopefully they go back to the drawing board and fix it going forward. But yeah, it was just a bit bizarre to see that, to be honest. I like the FAR on Express, but the rest of the maps, I don't really agree with it.
Yeah, I think some work needs to be done there, just in terms of the way that they're coming with this strategically and what's working, what isn't working. But that wasn't it, that's for sure. Tell you what is it though, and what's going down is the CDL points. And let's see where everyone's at on the board, because this is exactly what we're playing for here, folks. As you can see, Atlanta FaZe have made money moves right at the beginning of the season and continue to do so to be at the top of that leaderboard. Empire tucked in very nicely at second, and Ultra, they were 5th, folks, and have a look at this. They're tucked in 3rd place, 165. Love to see that. What a climb that has been for Ultra. Yeah, they're straight chilling. I love to see that. And OpTic bumped 4th place at the moment, Subliners at 5th, and so on and so forth. But we also do